The job of trying to send Charles Manson to the gas chamber for the Tate LaBianca murders fell to a young deputy DA, Vincent Bugliosi. Bugliosi has just written his account called Helter Skelter. The book reveals Mr. Bugliosi as a shrewd, tireless investigator who spent up to 100 hours a week for nearly 2 years to nail Manson, and did. Mr. Bugliosi, you have a book on the bestseller list, which you wrote in November, just came out, Helter Skelter, which, by the way, I read over the weekend. I think it's excellent. It's been more than 5 years since those murders. Why the continuing, almost morbid fascination?
I think, Peter, the reason is that these murders were not like any other murders we've probably had in the annals of American crime. Your typical mass murderer is someone like Speck in Chicago, Corona in California. Whitman gets up on the tower in Texas and mows down 12 people. Basically low intellect, skid row, drifter types who flip out and they go on a murder spree and commit the murders all by themselves. Manson, on the other hand, is a very bright guy, an IQ of about 121. He did not commit the murders himself. He had this incredible ability to get other people, this power to get them to murder for him at his command. And who were the killers? Well, they were kids from average American homes, young girls and boys. And it was an incredible family, a group of people.
Just one question before I forget it. How is it possible for him to control these young people that you're talking about? Excuse me, to kill absolute strangers for him?
Well, I think there were many factors that went into play. He was their king. They were killing for him. They were trying to please him. Also, I think a common denominator among all the killers is that they had a deep-seated hostility towards society before they met Manson. Mm-hmm. And you might say that Manson was the catalyst that translated this pre-existing rage into violence and ultimate murder. Also, I think he depersonalized the prospective victims in his family's minds. They were symbols of the establishment. They weren't human beings. Of course, it's easier to stab a symbol than it is to stab a human being. And believe it or not, Peter, and I think you might find this interesting, being an actor, there was a certain amount of theater involved in these murders, as there frequently is when you have killings and death on a mass scale. Hitler dressed up 80 million Germans in costumes, basically, and at least in the dying gasp of the Third Reich, had them act like they were performing in some type of a heroic, bloody Wagnerian opera. Mm-hmm. The people of London performed very heroically under a hail of bombs in the Second World War because Churchill cast them in the role of heroes. Right. And they performed their heroic role on a stage lighted by a burning world city. Manson convinced his, you might call them bloodthirsty robots, that actually they were heroic historical gladiators whom he was sending out on a glorious mission to start a worldwide revolution that would bring about a new and better social order. In that context, the act of killing isn't quite as difficult.
Yeah, well, his purpose, I thought, was to start a racial war.
Yes. But it was a worldwide war between blacks and whites. He got this out of Revelation 9. He said the Beatles were talking to him through the lyrics of their songs. And the title of the book, Helter Skelter, this was a name that Manson gave to this black-white war which he was trying to start by framing black people for the murders. And he had many sophisticated ways he was going to do it. The most obvious way was when he had Linda Kasabian plant Rosemary LaBianca's wallet in a gasoline station restroom in the black community of the San Fernando Valley. He was hopeful that a black person would find the wallet, use the credit cards, get caught, and therefore be implicated in these murders.
He was all dumb, was he?
Those two words, I might add, were printed in blood. Helter Skelter. Those words were printed in blood on the refrigerator door at the LaBianca residence. Mm-hmm. And that's the title of a Beatles song. It's called Helter Skelter.
Take it. During the trial, Manson would sometimes rap with you off the record. But what kind of things did he say?
Well, he'd say things like Hitler had the right answer for everything, that Hitler was a tuned-in guy who leveled the karma of the Jews. With respect to our conversations, prosecutors normally don't talk to defendants. But this was the longest murder trial we've ever had, 9.5 months. And Manson knew that I couldn't use anything he told me against him because he wasn't being advised of his constitutional rights. And I wanted to gain an insight into this very evil guru so that if and when he took the witness stand, I'd be able to crack him on cross-examination. So we had many conversations like this, perhaps the most revealing of which is when he told me that he couldn't care less for these girls. He says, I'm the most selfish guy in the world. And here these girls looked up to him as Christ. They thought he was Christ. They were willing to murder for him. They were willing to go to the gas chamber for him. And he's telling me he couldn't care less for them.
He admitted to being a sexist.
Pardon?
He admitted to being a sexist.
Oh, yeah. He was not only a racist, but to him, women were totally subservient. And the girls in the family, their sole purpose in life was to cater to the men and to have children.
Did Manson ever try to psych you out?
At the beginning of the trial, we had a staring session. He was always staring at people. And he and I went at it for about 20 minutes, and he didn't budge, and I couldn't afford to budge. He was trying to gain control over my mind.
Was it true that you really had piercing?
Yeah, it's kind of hypnotic, Hitlerian-type eyes, and finally he started to tremble, which he frequently did when he got nervous. So I moved my chair over to him. I said, "What's wrong, Charlie?" And he says, "Well," he says, "you think I'm an evil guy, and I'm not." He says, "I wouldn't step on a flower." He says, "I like animals." And I said, "Well, that doesn't really mean too much, Charlie." While the furnaces were stoking at Auschwitz, Hitler, in the rarefied atmosphere of Berchtesgaden and the high up in the Bavarian Alps, was very concerned over the health of his dog Blondie. So the fact that you like animals really doesn't mean that much to me. So we rapped for quite a while, and finally I told him that I'd like to have a conversation with him on the witness stand. I may have overplayed my hand. I was always goading him and challenging him to take the witness stand.
Did you have any sympathy for Manson himself? I mean, as a human being, for his tragic background?
Well, I'm able to sympathize with Manson as a child. He had a very deprived, fractured childhood. His mother was a woman of loose circumstances, lived with a succession of uncles, didn't care for him at all. But many people had deprived backgrounds like Manson and didn't end up mass murderers. As an adult, of course, he's an extremely evil guy, and I'm able to dichotomize in my mind for his childhood, for which I do have some sympathy, and his life as an adult, for which, of course, I have no sympathy at all.
More about Charles Manson next.
My opinion, the thicker the steak, the better. The same with the sauce. Thick like Heinz 57. Hi, I'm Chef Mike Royd. Put Heinz 57 next to this other leading steak sauce. See, this sauce is thin, runs, separates. But Heinz stays thick and rich with a spicy flavor you can get your teeth into. Heinz 57. The thicker, the better.
We're twins. We're exactly alike, except I use liquid bath oil. I use Calgon bath oil beads. My little liquid makes my skin feel soft. The moisturizer in Calgon bath oil beads makes my skin feel just as soft. And there's one big difference. Calgon leaves just enough oil. Watch. Well, liquid oil doesn't leave. Look what liquid oil left on your skin. Gee, can I borrow your Calgon? Calgon bath oil beads. When you want to feel soft, not slippery.
This is a chemicals. The old diaper shaped inside with these exclusive folds that keep wetness from spreading. Would you help me? Would you? Okay. Pour that water right in there. Right. All the good stuff right in there. There you go, the whole thing. Now that's a lot of water, right? Is it?
Yes.
That's probably more water than a diaper's supposed to hold, right?
Yes. You're kidding me.
Kimby's, the dry shape that keeps wetness from spreading.
I can't believe it. You poured that whole glass of water.
A recent nationwide survey asked independent TV service technicians about color TV. Here's what happened. This brand was named more than any other as the color TV needing fewest repairs. This brand was named as having the best picture. And this brand, the color TV they would buy today. The names? Zenith. 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 Shouldn't your next color TV be a Zenith? At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
One of the girls bragged about stabbing Sharon Tate and tasting her blood. Another said stabbing was almost like having an orgasm. Right? How in the world do you explain that?
I think we're going to have a psychiatrist on the show later. He might have an answer for that. But he actually converted these people, as I say, into bloodthirsty robots. And he never told them, Peter, that if you don't murder for me, I'm going to murder you. They weren't operating under that state of fear. They enjoyed these killings. There was a certain amount of gusto involved. Many of the wounds were post-mortem wounds. There was 169 stab wounds. One of the psychiatrists at the trial testified that Leslie Van Houten, when she was stabbing one of the victims, she was taking out a rage to kill on her own mother. the point that has to be made is that although every member of that family was totally and slavishly obedient to Charles Manson, not every one of them would kill for him. Linda Kasabian, on the night of the La Bianca murders, he gave her a knife and instructed her to go inside an apartment house in Venice and slit the throat of an actor friend whom she had met a couple weeks earlier. And Linda, who thought Manson was Christ, said, "Charlie, I am not you. I cannot kill anybody." Those that did kill for Manson, in my opinion, they already had that rage to kill, and he's the one that brought it to the surface.
Yeah, because Manson married. He was not a man.
Well, one of the witnesses described him. Charlie's a heavy dude. He's someone to reckon with. He's an extremely evil guy. He has a magnetic personality. Wherever he went in the hippie world, people gravitated towards him, and for some strange reason, within a short period of time, he was dominating them. I think a classic example, one of the members of the family was 14 years of age, joined the family. Her father was a Methodist minister. And when he found out about this, he was intent that he was going to give Charlie a verbal dressing down, and he went to Spawn Ranch where the family lived, and in about a week, he was following Manson. So Manson, yeah, the father was. So he does have a powerful personality. He's not the typical mass murderer that we've been accustomed to in American history. And with the exception of a hired killing situation or a war situation, I can't think of any precedent in the annals of American crime where some guy has gotten other people to murder for him on a mass scale.
I got it. Now, let me ask you this. What would have happened had Manson and his family not been captured after these murders?
If they hadn't been captured, they would have continued killing. That was their lifestyle. They traveled around preaching love. They're always talking about love. Susan Atkins says, you really have to have a lot of love in your heart to do what I did to Sharon Tate. So their whole lifestyle was killing. The book Helter Skelter focuses in primarily on the 7 Tate La Bianca murders, but we point out in the book the very real possibility that this family of murderers may have killed as many as 35 people. And they already had elaborate plans to murder Liz Taylor and Burton, Frank Sinatra, Tom Jones, Steve McQueen. There would have been further murders. I don't think there's any question about it.
During the trial, other Manson followers were on the loose.
Yes.
Were they dangerous? Are they dangerous?
No question about it. During the trial, look what happened. One of the defense attorneys, Ronald Hughes, vanished from the face of the earth. His body was found later on in a decomposed condition in the forest in Ventura County. And subsequent to that, a member of the family said that Ronald Hughes was the first of the retaliation murders. One of my star witnesses, Barbara Hoyt, the girls on the outside, they talked her into going to Honolulu. They checked into the Hilton there, and eventually they gave her an LSD-laden hamburger. And drove her wild. She started running through the streets of Honolulu. She almost died. She came to, and their plan backfired because initially she was somewhat reluctant to testify against the family. But when they tried to kill her, then she came back to L.A., and she was one of my star witnesses.
Did the family ever threaten you during the trial?
Yeah, I was on Manson's death list, and I had a bodyguard for about a year and a half. And even though he did threaten to kill me, for some reason he always wanted to rap with me.
Are Manson's followers dangerous now, do they?
Yes, Manson is in Folsom. He's serving a life sentence. Originally, Manson and his followers, as you know, were sentenced to death. But the U.S. Supreme Court abolished the death penalty. They made their ruling retroactive, so now Manson is serving a life sentence. There are still 4 or 5 girls, hardcore members of the family, with X's on their foreheads, still thinking that he's Christ. They're living in Sacramento, which is about 30 miles from Folsom, and I think potentially they're still very, very dangerous.
Well, there's a story that one young deputy DA got friendly with these girls in this up around where they're living now, and his wife baked cookies for them, and he said that the group was beautiful. I mean,
well, it's a strange group. If you ever read Eric Hoffer's True Believer, these people are right out of Eric Hoffer. They're personable. They're very friendly. They can sit down and talk to you the way I'm talking to you right now. And they're very disarming, and they fooled quite a few people. Manson's a con man. I mean, how many psychiatrists did he con in the 23 years that he's been behind bars? So it's a strange thing. They're very friendly. They have a smile on their face. Totally impervious to reason. They're pleased, they're happy, they found the answer to everything, and their answer is Charlie.
Extraordinary. There's one question I want to ask you because we're running out of time. It's actually a more personal question. Including Manson, you once had 8 people on death row waiting for the gas chamber.
That was about it. Did that ever bother me? I'm not a rigid exponent of the death penalty. I do think, however, that it does have its place in the overall administration of justice. I do feel that the death penalty does deter some premeditated killers. Most people bent on murder are going to commit the murder with or without the death penalty. But some people, we have evidence of this, they've admitted on tape that they were about to pull the trigger on a liquor store proprietor or a police officer, and they thought of the gas chamber, and they did not kill. I think a reasonable substitute for the death penalty would be life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, but we don't have that. Life imprisonment does not mean life imprisonment.
How would you sum up Manson in one single sentence?
A very sophisticated con man, a cold-blooded murderer who cleverly masqueraded behind the common image of a hippie, that of being peace-loving. And a very magnetic personality, very powerful guy.
That's very, very interesting. Thank you, Mr. Bugliosi, so much.
Thank you, sir.